Hello YouTube, Coat&Free here again. This is another eBay buy. This time bulk buy. I've never really bought anything before, so this will be a first one for me. And it's pretty much a continuation on another video that I've got, which is me repairing a Xbox One stereo headset. And this one's a bit different because I bought 25 of them. 25 broken headsets. And I can pretty much guarantee, I mean, I've not opened it yet. This is so badly packaged. This is exactly how it came packaged to me. Very poorly packaged, and I hope they're all still in there, but you know, feeling by the weight of them, there's a lot in there. And I think I only paid 20 quid for the whole lot of them. So hopefully there might be a bit of a markup on them, but who knows. If you want to buy one, just contact me via Twitter. I'm on Twitter, Coat&Free. Just go to Twitter and send me a message or whatever, a tweet, whatever, and you can buy one if you want one. And I think I'll probably only be selling them quite cheaply, like 6 quid, fixed and checked. But yeah, there's 25 of them in there, as far as I remember. And I can pretty much guarantee they'll have all the same fault. I've not looked at them, I don't know. The picture that was on YouTube was on eBay was just like a big mountain of them on someone's bed, I think, something like that. So yeah, but I can pretty much guarantee one major fault with them, and I'll pick one out at random and we'll test it, and I'll do a whole video where you can see me on how I test these and make sure they're all working. So we'll put the first one. There's a mixture of them in here as well. So I've got black ones and white ones. So a whole mixture of them in there. And you can see tons of them. So there you go. That one says damaged jack on it. So maybe missing adapter USB mic, faulty mic. Looks like someone's been all through these and done half the job for me. Hey, oh, we've got something a bit interesting here. Oh. As funny as it seems, that is pretty good, because I've got loads, like this one here. So this is my son's, and this is the reason why I bought, not only just to sell, maybe sell a few of them, but my son goes through these like there's no tomorrow. I really do rate the quality of them, as in the sound you get from out the speakers and the microphone. I think it's probably one of the best sounding headsets there is for the price. The only downside of them is that they break very easily. I don't know if you can see, but the buds there, I've had to hot melt glue them in position because the insides just pop off. They are really, the build quality is not good, but the sound quality is amazing. Well, to me it is. I mean, I'm not a sound guy, I just play Xbox, and for me, I've had Turtle Beaches, cost me an arm and a leg, and to be fair, I think I like to pay a little bit and get as much money, you know, as much quality for my money while not paying a lot. I think we're all like that nowadays. You know, we want to get the cheapest thing but the best thing at the same time, a bit of a trade-off. But for me, I don't think this is a trade-off. I think it's I do think it's a bit of a trade-off, because like I say, the build quality is not the best. If you look after them, you know, which I do, obviously, you know, put them away as should and unplug it the way you should. But for kids, they're not good, because they can't handle how kids treat stuff nowadays. I mean, it's a different kettle of fish from when I was a kid, you know, with my Mega Drive. I would put it to bed. I would I'd bloody wipe it down, you know, and treat it like it was gold. But kids nowadays, you know, and you know, you can teach my kids that, you know, the value, the respect and value. But I think it's just the society we live in nowadays. And, you know, I do try my best to enlighten my kids, but you know, it's just the way it is nowadays. We're a throwaway society. Whereas, you know, in my day, if your TV broke, you got the TV repair bloke to fix it, you know, which is what we're doing now, which is why we watch these videos, which is why I watch these videos. So I enjoy watching people repair stuff and, you know, recycling where we can. So I can pretty much guarantee what all these, I mean, like, other than that one there that's got the earbud missing off it, they're all pretty much going to have the same, I'm pretty sure of it, which... we'll go with this one that says faulty mic on it. So we'll start. I'll pick this one up, but they're all pretty much going to have the same issue. And I think my son wants a black one rather than the white one. So what I'll do is we'll pick this one. You know, doesn't pick any really, because like I said, I think they're all going to be pretty much the same. But I'll go with this one so I can show you how I diagnose a fault. But to be fair, 9 times out of 10 I don't even bother diagnosing, because I know exactly, I've repaired enough of these to know exactly what's going to be wrong with it. Because it's very, very rare you have the speakers fail or the mic itself fail. I know exactly what it is, and like I say, it's all down to the build quality and how these things get treated. So put that into there. So, if you can hear a buzzing in the background, that's my fan. It's a bit cold in me garage today, even though it's been quite warm the past couple of days. So, this is the reason why these fail. 100%, other than if someone's been chewing on the wire. So what I'll tend to do is, I'll run my fingers between my finger and my thumb down the wire, just seeing if I can feel anything knotty or anything damaged. Because obviously it's got a wire, it can be damaged, but that seems pretty fine to me. Now the reason why these always fail is because of that, the jack end. And why does it always fail at the jack? And I can tell you why, is that what'll happen is we'll plug it in, and then when we go to unplug it, we'll put it by the wire like that. So you do that a couple of 100 times or whatever, eventually, because how these work is, I'm pretty sure that most of you out there will know, but I'll just run through it, is that you've got a material in each strand, each different colour is just a material sheath on the outside, and then on the inside there's a single wire, a really thin single wire. And after, you know, when that's being pulled backwards and forwards, it breaks. It's just the way it is. It's going to break, unfortunately. Now, if we all did the right thing and pulled it by the actual outer case of the jack, it'll be fine. That'll last forever. But we don't. We pull it by the wire. Or another case scenario is we drop it. You know, drop the handset, or we've pulled the handset while we've been wearing the headset away from you, whatever, and then, you know, it's constant strain on the end of that jack, and it's that caused it to fail. So what I pretty much do is, from this point, is I just cut that off, solder a new one on. I won't even bother checking it. But for the purpose of this video, what we can do is I'll show you what we can do, how we can check it. You will need a multimeter with a continuity tester on it, or some form of testing for continuity. You can rig like a bulb up to a battery or whatever you want to do, but you will need a continuity tester. So on the opposite side to the mic, So the side where the wire goes into, we want to go from there. We'll just find a screwdriver. So 3 Phillips heads. It's getting a bit warm in here now. Warming up, so I'll turn that off. So then bring you to here. And what you want to do is you want to unhook. If you can see in there, what you want to do is unhook those wires in there, because we're going to need to get to. We're going to need to take the outer sheath, and all it does is just unhooks around. It's just 2 hooks like that. It's 2 fingers just holding it around. And all we need to do is just get them out. See, I don't ever bother with this. It's just a bit of a waste of time, because I can guarantee we're going to have a break at the jack. So there we go. So we've got all the colours out, and then these are just heat shrink protection. So all you do is just pop them off. Just pop them off. When we're finished, we'll put some. If you can see that in there, you can see there's plastic heat shrink on the wires themselves, on each one. Just pull them off and it will expose a join, and that's where we're going to test from that join back to the jack itself. So, multimeter set to continuity. Right. So, the top one is, if I remember rightly, just bear me a sec, I think the top one's either red or blue. I'll just double make sure on this one that I've picked before, so it's blue. So the top pin, which is that bit there, this top section, the first section at the end of the jack, should be blue. Okay, so we go from one end and then we find the other end, which is spare me, I don't think I've exposed enough of that wire. Right, it's a bit of the heat shrinks managed to stay on. Okay, that'll be enough. And there we go. So blue is fine. Next one down should be red. Again, red is fine. Next one down is black and grey. Black and copper, if I remember rightly. Yeah. So next one is black and copper. So to the black. So black is good. Copper. Not showing anything yet on the copper, but it might not be a good. Still a bit of heat shrink on the copper, so it's just snapped off just at the bottom, just at the top of it. So if I just peel back. Should be perfect. Try again. So next section down. So that should be 1, 2, 3. The third one down. So the third one down from the top of the jack is black and copper. Try again. And we're getting nothing. So the copper is mic ground, so that could be, so the two wires we're looking to have a fault with is either the white or the copper. So the next one is white, and that is the bottom pin. So I'll just try and expose a bit more of this if I can. So the last section from the top, so so 1, 2, 3, the fourth section down should be white. And there we go. So we know that the fault is with the copper, so that's the mic ground. So what we do is let me just cut that off. Just cut the end of the jack off like I've just done there. Just cut it off, and then what you want to do is just slice. Being careful. Remember, this is not a how-to repair video. This is just how I repair them. You know. What I do, and this is just what I do, is I just slice the end of it, of the wire. And this will let us know if the integrity of the wire itself is good, which 9 times out of 10 it always is. It's always just the end of that jack that's faulty every time. So what I do is just cut it down, and then just trim back the excess, just so I've got like probably 20 mil, 2 centimeters worth of cable coming out. Now if you look at it, you should have red and black, so they're your speaker right, I think it is, and speaker ground, and then blue speaker left. And then your 2 mic wires will be the copper and the white. So what you want to do is you just want to unravel the copper off the white. And bearing in mind that that copper is not conductive all the way in there. There'll be one strand is the strand that we want. So all we do is just get the white away from the copper. That's what we want to do at the minute. Just get the white away from the copper. So all the copper strands are on the white, or away from the white, sorry. And then just twist them up. Twist them all together. Just like that. Again, this is just how I do them. Twist that copper together. So it's nice and tight. Just with your fingers, that's all you need to do. And then what you want to do, try and get as tight to the end as possible. Get something to cut them. I just use a pair of long nose pliers that have got a really sharp cut on them. Cut it like that. And then you want to get your soldering iron nice and hot and just hold it on it. Again, remembering that there's only one part of that is going to be conductive. So what we want to do is get some flux, just splodge it on the end. If you've got a helping hand, so one of these, a helping hand, comes in really handy because you will need like 5 sets of hands. Put a splodge of flux on the end of that, and then a bit of solder. Onto the end. Rub it up and down until it takes. That's perfect. You get to clean your tip. Right, let's check it again with the multimeter. Let's see if we've got something now. So it was the bare copper that we were missing. We weren't getting. It's really tricky to do. There we go. There we go. So we knew that that's where our fault was. Okay, so what we want to do from here is get a new jack, a replacement jack. Now this is really important. The amount of times I've forgotten to do this has driven me insane. But what you want to do is, that one's already been used. What you want to do is undo it. I'll show you this a bit better, but undo it. Take the body away from it like that. First thing, put it straight on, because if you don't, you'll forget. I've done it. I've repaired hundreds of these, and the amount of times I forget is probably just about as many as I've fixed. Really is dead easy to forget to put that bloody thing on, and then when you've soldered it all up and you've forgotten to put that on, you'll be like, "Urgh!" Really will drive you insane. So what we want to do now is we want to flux all them up. We want to get a good tinning on all these wires. So what I do is, with my helping hand, is I just spread them all out. Blob of flux on each one. I'll go out that one again, just for to make sure. Let me solder. There it is. And then with these, you're going to find that because these have got outer sheathing, is that they'll melt and expose that one strand of wire that you need to solder onto, and it can be very, very, very tricky. So just bear this in mind. There you go, that's one done. Two done. I'll go at the copper one again. And there we go. Right, so now we want to solder, we want to put our new jack on. So I'll just talk through how the new jack gets soldered on, what positions go where. But if you want a more in-depth diagram, just look at my other videos, my other video on repairing these, and you'll see in detail. I'll put like a picture up on that, on how to do it. I'm not going to do it on this video, it's on that video. So if you're unsure on what I'm saying now, just revert back to that other video and you'll see exactly what I mean. But because I've got this one here that I've already repaired, so the top one, so the first pin I don't know. So that first pin there, let me just get something to point with. So that first pin here, so at the top. So you'll see in the main section, on the main part of the jack, there's 3 points. So 1, 2, 3. On that top one is blue. On the second one is red, so the middle one. And on the bottom one, which is the trickiest, so the bottom pin is black and copper. That is the trickiest one because you've got to solder 2 wires to 1 post there. And this one here is white. So what you do is you just thread the white wire through there, through that hole, and solder it on the back here. So again, I'll just go through that again. So the main plate that's coming out the solid bar, that is white. The top one, the top pin is blue. The second one is red. And the last one, or the bottom one, whichever way you want to look at it, it is black and copper. Okay? So again, if you're unsure about what I'm saying there, look on my other video. You'll see a diagram and it'll show you exactly in a picture that I've drawn. I've done it that many times now that, you know, I don't bother looking at that. So just one more time. The solid bar is white. The top one is blue. The second one is red. And the last section is black and copper. So if you look at it that way, when we tested it, we tested the top one as blue. The second one is red. The third one as black and copper, with the copper one being the faulty one. And the base, the bottom one, was white. Okay, so my left or right, I forget, is blue. Then my left or right is the second one, red. Third one is your ground pins for your mic and for your speakers. And the bottom one is the mic plus. Okay, again, if you're unsure, just look at my other videos. Now what I do here is I'll thread the white one through first, because I know exactly where that one's going. So I'll thread it through. I'll just take it off here so you can see. So I'll thread it through. So I thread it through that hole, and then just put the bar around like that. And then I fold over the clamp like that. This won't be enough to hold it. What you'll need to do is you'll need to put some hot melt glue on here as well, because again, if you've got kids or even yourself, if you're playing on your Xbox and you drop your headset, the solder alone won't be enough to hold that in place, and it will break again. So what I do at this point is I tin everything up. So put it in my helping hand and I tin everything up. So the first thing I'm going to tin up is the white, so the back. So I always solder that on the back, so it's away from everything else. Again, you don't need amazingly good tools for this. Just your normal run-of-the-mill soldering iron with a thinnish tip. Put your soldering iron on, and we just want to tin it. Just hold it there and wait for the solder to take. Just like that. While we're here, we might as well solder that straight on. I do use a pair of tweezers with this. How you want to do it, it's up to you. And what I'll do is just bend it over. Bend it over. going to put a blobber. This is a big plate to heat up, so you've got to keep it on for a while. I'll put a bit of flux on that. There we go, that's got it. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this part is the hardest part. Soldering these two on here is a bloody nightmare, and I'm not gonna lie, it is tough. So be warned, because you'll get one on and the other one will ping off and it'll just drive you insane. It's not going too bad at the minute, I must admit. Normally by this point I'm ripping my hair out. So this one is red, And the last one is blue. That's it, all done. So what I'll do now is we test again. So that first bit should be white, so test at the end of the jack. Where's the other bit? So I've got one end on the jack, and now I want to go to white. Perfect. We'll check all the rest to make sure there's no bridges. So that one was white, that one is copper, that one is blue, that one is black, and that one red. Nothing. Right, now we'll go on to the next one, so which should be black and copper. So we'll go to the black one first. Yep, and then we'll go to the copper. Perfect. Now we'll go to white. Nothing. Now we'll go to blue. Nothing. Now we'll go to red. That was black, don't worry. But the black and the red will beat because they're in the coil. So there we go. Well, see, the black and the red are connected because they're going through the coil of the headset through the actual headset itself. So nothing to worry about there. That's normal. And then we want to go to the blue. No, sorry, the red. So red. Yep. Again, we'll go to black. It should beep, which it does. That one is blue. Nothing. That one is copper, which is fine because that's going through the coil as well, because they're connected to the black. And white, again, fine. Right, so the top one is blue. So we'll just try that one. Perfect. So, happy with that. That's all going to be fine now. And what I do from this point is I get some hot melt glue. So I'll just turn that on. I'll put a splodge of hot melt glue on there just to give it a bit of strength. It's not going to make it super strong. So you need to bear that in mind when you're doing this. See, it would be ideal if we could put a knot. If we could put a knot in there, but as you can see, the end of the actual jack itself comes right up to the bottom, so to put a knot in there is pretty impossible. So like I say, I just put a blob of hot melt glue just where the actual end is, just on there, just so that that can act on there. But if you tighten, if you give that a squeeze as well, the clamp, that'll do just as good a job. But it won't give it the strength to really yank on that. It just won't do it. So yeah, I just blob a bit of hot melt glue on there. Cool that, yeah. Not quite. I know I had one somewhere. Spare glue stick. I'm running out. It's starting to come out. So yeah, just a slight blob on there. Don't want too much because otherwise this won't close up. Just not too much. I just round it off, get it nice and neat, because like I say, if you don't, this won't close. And just a case of screwing that in. And there we go. Job is a good one. Like I say, this won't be. This will be a permanent fix. But if you don't pull it by the jack, and you pull it by the wire, it's going to go again. And that's just the way it is, unfortunately. So that's it. Job done. And the rest will be the same. So thanks for watching. Take care. If you got any questions or anything, you want to ask me anything, just drop me a line on Twitter and I'll try and get back to you as quick as I can. Thanks for watching.